Hey guys, welcome again today. This is where your migration and study abroad journey starts, here and now. So let's dive into the video and let's see what we have today again for you, through me. Hello everybody, good day to you and yours. How are you all doing? So today I'm back again with another juicy information, and today I'm taking you again to Europe. Europe this time has been very open, and I think it is the best time you and I take advantage of what Europe has to offer to you. So if you've been looking forward to studying in Europe without breaking the bank, without having to go borrow a loan or go take a student loan, there's a country I want to introduce to you that might just have that for you. Portugal might just be the hidden gem that you've been looking for. So in this video, right, I'm going to walk you through the 4 super affordable universities in Portugal that are currently, right now, open for application this year, 25/26. Their tuition fees, their deadlines, and what documents you need, and how to make sure that you apply and you make a successful application. Trust me, that's what I do. I've been doing that for a year for many people, and it's been successful. So tell me why yours will not be the same. And yes, I will also explain to you if your documents need to be legalized and what you need and the application window you should look out for. So let's get straight into it, and I'll be right back. Hey guys, I'll be back shortly, but let me say this quickly. One of the easiest ways to support creators like myself, people that give you information about traveling abroad and also migration, is by subscribing to the channel, sharing the videos, liking, and also dropping your comment. I always try to respond to your comments if you have any questions, so please like, share, and subscribe, and do well to also let other people know about the information that you get. So let's go back to the video. The first thing I would like to say is that I've been talking recently about Europe, and I've been talking about Portuguese-speaking countries. This is because these are the current openings. These are the warm communities that really want to take you. There are some countries right now that I don't want to mention names, but they've been really against immigrants, and I don't want you to put yourself in that box of wasteful expectations. So let's explore and let's dive into countries that are still willing and do not really require much from you to study and become a part of their community. The first university I want to talk about, the first university is the University of Porto. University of Porto is in Portugal. And first up, this university, the tuition is roughly 871 euro per year for undergrad. Okay, so if you're doing undergraduate study, you should be looking out for maximum of 871 euro per year for undergrad. And for master's program, you can pay up to 500 euro to 1,500 euro per year. If you ask me, as an international student studying in the US, it is extremely affordable. Trust me, that's for a year. And mind you, you're not paying 1,500. It ranges between 500 to 1,500 per year, depending on what you're studying and the faculty. And the application period actually comes in multiple phases. So if you miss the first application period, don't worry, you still have a chance. Very soon, the application window is going to be open, so you don't want to miss it. Currently, they have more than 713 international student spots available across many programs. 713 student spots available for foreign students across multiple programs. So you don't have to waste time on applying to these schools. Like I've been saying, make sure you get your documents on time and be timely with your documentation. Now, people have been asking me about document legalization. I will say yes. For Portugal, if you're applying from outside of the European Union, you need to legalize your academic transcripts, your diplomas, and whatever documents you're applying with, either through an apostille or a consular authentication, depending on where you're coming from. For Nigeria, I'm very sure that you have to legalize. For Ghana, Burundi, any other country that is outside of the EU, you have to legalize your documents. So take note of that. The second school I want to talk about is the Lusófona University of Porto. The Lusófona University of Porto. I'm going to put the links to this university or the names on top of my video, so do well to look out for that, okay? For bachelors in this school, you should be looking at 674 to 782 euro per year, while master's tuition can be 550, as low as 550 euros per year for masters. They have a rolling up application, meaning if you apply now, expect to get a result or a reply before the end of next month. They have a rolling application basis. They don't have a particular deadline that you have to wait and no. They have a rolling application, meaning that as you apply, expect a response, but make sure you make a good application, all right? But don't wait too long, because waiting too long might be a disaster, all right? And they also offer programs in business, arts, education, and even cinema, right? So if you are into theater, art, or other stuff, you can always get a spot. For this school, do you need to legalize your documents? Yes, you have to legalize your documents. From the Ministry of Foreign Affairs to the Ministry of Education, and then to the Embassy of Portugal in Abuja. I think they're in Abuja, somewhere there. So try as much as possible to explore that. And if you're from Ghana, Sierra Leone, Burundi, Ethiopia, whatever, Pakistan, Afghanistan, UK, whatever country you're in, as long as you are not from the EU and you're looking at studying in Portugal, please make sure that you legalize your document. The third university or the institute that I want to talk about is the Polytechnic. It's called the Polytechnic Institute of Coimbra. It is currently taking application, and the tuition fee that you need to look out for ranges only around 697 euro per year. Per year, like a whole academic year, you're paying 697, roughly 700 euro per year. I'm still gonna do a video later on how to pay those money, because the good thing about Portugal is that you can actually pay those tuition instrumentally. So it's not like you're paying once. You can still pay instrumentally. You can make a payment plan. So that is crazily affordable. And application happens in multiple phases, typically between March and July, meaning that this time application is currently going on. You don't want to miss that. And classes start in September. So if you want to resume by September to Portugal, start applying from now. Start putting things together and apply before July to this Polytechnic, and you're good to go. Note, but you have to note though that this is a Polytechnic, so courses are more practical. Here they do practical stuff, and they are very great for career readiness. If you are into career, all this stuff, please, this is what you should look out for. Again, you have to legalize your academic record because they are very necessary, especially if you are from the international or foreign country. The last, let me not say the last, but one of the schools also that kind of fascinates me is the University of Beira Interior. University of Beira Interior. This is the number 4 university that I have. This school, the tuition fee is only 1,500 euro per year. To me, it's still very affordable. It's very affordable compared to what other countries will give you, and with enormous money or humongous money, and still treat you as if you're not part of the system. So you want to take this opportunity. The third application round, if you want to apply to this school, the third application round usually opens around early June and ends in late June, okay? So you can look into that or prepare ahead. They have programs in health sciences, engineering, design, humanities, and you can explore whatever you want to explore in this school. Again, like I said, paying tuition in Portugal, you don't have to pay it once. You can break it into syllabus. You can break it into department, meaning that you can have a payment plan. You can pay 200 here, 250 here, and they are very supportive, So that's one thing you have to look out for. Again, don't think that because it's Portugal, they speak Portuguese. No, they have English speaking courses that you can take, and even in major of the cities, they speak English. So you wouldn't feel like, I'm in a foreign country. Yes, I mean it's a foreign country, but you're still gonna see English speaking people there. And for me, I think it's also an avenue for you to learn other languages, right? So it's an addition to you. I want to talk about the application and essentials, right? What you're going to need to apply. The first thing you will need is your high school diploma. If you're looking forward to do an undergrad, you need your high school diploma. And if you want to do your master's, you need your bachelor degree for master's. If you want to do PhD, you need your bachelor and oftentimes the master's degree, most especially for PhD, right? The second thing you need is your transcript of your previous education. I've always said this. The very important thing you need, like the primordial, the most important, the sine qua non you need is your valid passport. Please make sure that before applying, at least your passport should be valid for at least 6 months. You can't be looking forward to apply to schools abroad and your passport is expired. I mean, who does that? So please make sure you do that. And you also have to prove English proficiency, depending on the school and the faculty. Some faculties in this country, when you talk to them that, oh, I'm from Nigeria, I'm from Ghana, I'm from Zimbabwe, I'm from Lesotho, I'm from South Africa, I'm from this, I'm from that, and I studied in English, they can say, okay, cool, just get us a language proficiency from your school. Some will say, well, we don't care, still provide us a TOEFL, right? But I strongly suggest that you should try as much as possible to write this TOEFL, these other English proficiencies. Write them. They're going to help you and save you from a lot of. And again, it's also add to the solidity of your application if you do those exams. All right. The last thing you want to look at is your motivational letter. And start scavenging for people that will also recommend you for these programs. So I've spoken about your diploma, your bachelor's degree certificate, transcripts of previous education, your valid passport, your English proficiency, your motivational letter or your SOP, your CV, of course, in Europass, and again, your letter of recommendation. I have stated all that. The next thing I want to make very vital is the application duration. Most schools open from February through July. There are some schools that offer multiple rounds, meaning that it's on a rolling basis. The way you apply, you get your response, and you move from there. Legalization. Make sure all your documents are legalized and are apostilled if your country is in part of the Hague Convention. Or you can also authenticate your document at the Portuguese Consulate in your country. Go get in with the Portuguese Consulate in your country and authenticate your document. You legalize, you authenticate. All this is just to prove that, okay, I studied in this country and my documents are valid. My documents are valid, they are true, and there's nothing like forgery in this document. So they authenticate it before you get your visa and process the next step forward. Now you can ask me, Mr. Nicholas, then why is Portugal very important? Why should we go to Portugal? See, there are so many reasons to go to Portugal. So many beautiful reasons. Number one is that Portugal has affordable living. You can survive literally on 400 euro a month. 400 to 600 euro a month, including your rent in Portugal. 400 to 600 a month, including your house rent in Portugal. You can survive on that. Mind you, as a student, you still be working. So you have no reason not to explore Portugal. Portugal gives you high quality education, especially in engineering, health, and arts. Portugal gives you that high quality education. Portugal is safe, generally safe. You don't have mass shooting here, stabbing there, all those stuff. Portugal is generally safe and also multicultural. Portugal is a peaceful country, diverse, and student friendly. You want to go to a place that gives you peace of mind as a student, as a family person, and the language. Many of their master's program in those universities are in English. So you can also learn Portuguese as well for integration. Because if you learn Portuguese, you speak English, trust me, you become an icon. You become the most sought after individual in that country. But hey, I've been saying this, if you're really serious about studying abroad, affordably, in this year, 25, this is where you should be. This channel is where you should be. And Portugal should be on your list. So these 4 schools I just mentioned are not only cheap, but are also open right now for you. Now, if you want help with your application or need me to review your document for you, you can drop me some comments in my comment section, and you can always reach out to me, ask your questions, like, subscribe to this channel, and make sure you share for people that need it. So thank you for always stopping by. We are growing gradually, and like I always say, the best way to support the creator is by subscribing, by liking, and by engaging. And I hope you travel from your country this year. It's a must. You must travel this year. Bye and shalom. Have a nice day.